very famous. If you've never heard it, please hear it. Page number 1 is direct psukim from the end of Parashat Vayera, which is last week's Parsha, going into Akedat Yitzhak. Akedat Yitzhak is one of the most famous, mentioned stories in the entire Torah, right? As a matter of fact, it's so special. Who do we get? And I'm not going to say which school it was. And I said, you know, Akedat Yitzhak? He goes, yeah. I said, did he kill him? He goes, yeah. Yeah, that was fun. So no, he didn't kill him. Okay, that was the end of the story. For those, I'm sorry, I ruined the movie for you. He's alive. Yeah. So the first thing I say, this is a parenting thing. I've said this in a couple of speeches. I'd love for you to share this with any parent that you have. The parak of Akedat Yitzhak starts with Hashem testing Abraham. We talked about testing last week. Vayomer, Hashem calls Abraham. Vayomer elav Abraham. He calls him Abraham. And Abraham's response is the way to think, but it's so beautiful. Hineni. Hineni is a very important word. It happens a lot with many personalities in the Torah. What does hineni mean? It's very, it looks like a Chinese dish, you know? Hineni is a Hebrew phrase comprised of 2 short words. Hine and ani. Here I am. Here I am basically means I'm ready and willing to be totally devoted. Moshe said hineni, Rabbi said hineni. Hineni is a very, very beautiful thing. By the way, one of my mentors, she had an organization that what was her name? Young Rights organization. Remember you ever speak?
Yeah, it's not on every day.
It's Young Rights, and she's San Booster for both my campers. But she's a wonderful person. She started an organization called Hineni. That was the concept. Very nice. Okay. So this line, if you don't know, listen, we'll take a minute. So Abraham said Hineni to Hashem. Look at Pasuk Zayin. Okay? What's going on? Abraham tells Yitzhak, we're going up to Har HaMoriah and we're going to bring the sacrifice to God. Of course, what didn't he tell them? You the man. He didn't tell them. Vayomer Yitzhak el Abraham, Yitzhak says to Abraham, Avi, Vayomer, Hinei, Vayomer, Hinei ha'esh va'etzim va'yeh aseh la'olam. I see the tree, I see the fire, where's the korban? I'm sorry to talk about that. Yes. What does that mean to me? That means we have a person, by the way, your image of Yitzhak has to change. How old is Yitzhak at this point?
37.
He's 37. It's not this little 5-year-old kid. He's 37. He's a man. And clearly, even a 37-year-old could be in a stress mode and he needs a daddy. That's how I see this. He's going up. He's confused. He doesn't know what's going on. He needs a parent. So he says, well, look, Vayomer, right? Vayomer Yitzhak el Abraham Aviv. Vayomer Aviv. I love this program. We know he's talking to Abraham. It says, right? Why does the Torah have to say, he said, yo, dad? Other conversation said, to who? For Aviv. What is Abraham Avinu's response? The same focus he was willing to give God, he's willing to give his child. That's a lesson. That's a sign lesson that I think is so important, especially in the world today, that we are being distracted. Have I got it? Bingo. Let's move on. Yodal, probably the most important thing in Akedat Yitzhak till I get to the next most important thing. This is, I've said a lot. I'm willing to take a volunteer. Tell me the answers. And Hashem is about to stab or slaughter Yitzhak. And the Malach says, stop. Vayomer Avraham, and again, Vayomer, where's that? Hineni. Is there 2 orders? That's not my issue. How many times says Abraham? Twice. Why would he say Abraham twice? So Rashi says, Lashod Chiba. What says Chiba? What? When you love somebody, you go, Tata, right? Nice. I think it's nice. Chiba, the term shows the blood. The problem I have is is a line. You see the line between Abraham and Abraham? When you read it in the Torah, it's a psik. You have to pause. So if I don't want to mess with Rashi, but if it's a lashon chiba, this should not be a pause, right? Tatala, right? So what does it mean? So Rabbi Friend has probably the most beautiful thing. You should know this already, and a little to you. And we're going to hook it up with something that we do that you might not know. We're going to come back to the rest, but for now, just flip for a moment. Top of page 2. All right, everybody knows that there is a very nice, am I going too fast?
No, it's
Good.
fine.
Thank you. My therapist. There's a very nice custom that at the end of the Amidah, we say a pasuk with the first letter of my name and the last letter of my name at the beginning and the end of the pasuk. Are we familiar with that custom? I'm not going to ask you if you do it, but okay. So if you want to change your name to Naftali, you find yourself as Naftali, okay, you would say this pasuk right there on the verse. Nitvot pi ritzeina Adonai umishpatecha lamdeni. It's a pasuk in Tehillim. The first word starts with nun. The last word ends with yud. Naftali starts with nun, ends with yud. Naftali Besser's pasuk is nitvot, this one. So I'm supposed to say this at the end of the Amidah. There are places with lists of psukim for names. Please feel free to do so. I'm sure you can Google it. It's not that hard. Well, you don't say Naftali.
You only have one name.
I only have one. I'm the second and last child. My mother said she gave up and therefore no names. Okay, here we go. There's a custom to say verse corresponding to one name at the end of the Amidah. As a school, I heard, it's a biggie. As a school, you guys know, it's like a zechut. Okay? Not to forget his name on the day of judgment. So Rabbi, very much. For some reason, he zeroes in on things that bother me too. You'll see when you learn Torah, sometimes you'll relate to a certain commentary. Certain commentaries look at certain things. I'm very into what he says. Rabbi, what's his name? No. How about that? Very, very good. Why Jacobson? I like a lot of. But Rabbi Friend zeroes in and said, really? I have to keep saying this pasuk so I can remember my name on the day I go up to heaven? Harder to remember the pasuk than this. Remember my name, so I keep saying the pasuk. What does that mean? It takes what you said, go back to Abraham on this side. I hope you like this because it's very exciting. Says Rabbi Friend, every person in this world has 2 names. The name that they make themselves in this world, that we create, which means our legacy that we leave over after we pass, and the name we could have had in this world. It has what it does and the potential. And it's not easy to live up to your potential. Abraham, at that point, that's what you were saying, I'm assuming. Hashem is saying to Abraham, your name in this world has now reached your name in the next world.
Wow.
And Friend learns it that way. It's beautiful. And Rabbi Friend says, maybe that's what they mean. Remember who you are every day in a spiritual sense. So you take a pasuk, which is spiritual, and you tie it to your name. And remember, you have to live up to a spiritual name. That's all from Akedat Yitzhak.
This is making me very emotional.
So don't be emotional.
No, I'm just feeling like,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. All the girls that went out with used to cry
A
also.
lot.
This is it.
So it's funny you said 10 tests. It is 10 tests, but I want to. Not everybody, I was going to say today later, but I'm saying it. Not everybody says that Akedat Yitzhak was the ultimate.
What was?
Not everybody says that the 10th test. I don't want to spit all over Peggy. The 10th test. Not everybody says that Akedat Yitzhak was the last test. But yes, this was at Akedat Yitzhak, which is a huge test. Yes, we'll get to Haye. We'll see. Ladies, fix your hair, please. You're being filmed. Give him a chance. A new addition to our school. She's very nice lady. Tell what a great time you're having.
Having a great time.
That's the day you learn Torah? Oh. Okay, so that's that. Trying to remember that one. That's a nice one to say.
Fine.
Why one, just for a, come out,
James.
you look very good, you're skinny, you look great.
I know what to do. I know what to do. I know what to do.
You would look great.
Participants, right?
Just look. 1 minute.
Also,
Bingo.
Hey, you made it.
Gene.
What?
I know, I forgot it. Okay, here we go. All right, one more. Two more. Yes.
You know what I'm feeling?
Oh, okay.
I'm feeling like I have a potential, and I I'm not reaching, so you have.
Oh, that's guilt. That's guilt. I don't do guilt. I don't do guilt.
Skill.
It's not- Don't do guilt. Don't do guilt.
We grew up with that.
Want to be Jew.
Want to hear a great story? You tell this story? Okay, there's a man called, not anymore. His pen name was the Nazi.
Is it the same thing with Moshe Rabbeinu when he says Moshe or Hashem?
Was me? I don't know. I didn't see what they said. Probably.
Well, there
The
you
Nazi, Naftali, Tzvi, Yehuda, Berlin. Nazi, very famous man. He wrote everything. I've already wrote a lot of things. Big Chacham tells a story that when he was young, his parents were not wealthy. And you have to understand that just like today, yeshiva education or hiring a rabbi, right, costs money. And, you know, and he remembers he was a little bit of a rambunctious child. He wasn't so successful in studies. And he was in the, wherever he was, and he heard his parents talking in the kitchen. And they were saying, we're wasting money. He's not learning Torah. Maybe we'll just stop his Jewish education. He got so shaken by it, you know, he ran into the kitchen and begged them to give him another chance. And went back to yeshiva and he became the Nitzi.
Wow.
So now listen, so he told his students that when he goes up to Shemayim, if he wouldn't have done that moment, you see what a moment is, right? If he wouldn't have had that moment, what would have happened? Grow up being a regular guy, right? Nice job, go to shul 3 times, a regular Jew. When he would go up to heaven after 120 years, God would say, come here, Tzvi, go on now. Would open a huge, room and would show him books. That could have been you. Now you feel guilty.
Now I
really-
feel sad.
No, it really moved me. That really moved me, which means there were moments in life that the person needs to make a decision which direction to go. And they could really go to, I could tell you here in school. I can tell you kids story. Last night, Rabbi Avi Cherba, wonderful man. He took, did I say this last week?
He told us it's gonna happen.
20 boys. In Jewish way, 20 boys signed up to learn with this rabbi. He's a beautiful man. And they learned lunch and after school. Not school time. Okay? Lunch and after school and weekends sometimes. No credits. Yeah, credit. No credit. Not like you get hours, nothing, nada. 20 boys last night finished Masechet Tanit. It's a full Gemara. Had a whole party here last night. And what, I'm not telling you any names, obviously, but one of the boys, I saw him develop into a man in the last like two months.
Wow.
He's a kid, you know. But now he's finished tomorrow. That's a big deal. He brought soup last night, he made a speech last night. It's a big deal. Okay, I'm spending too much time on this point, but it's a very important point. Okay. Vayomer, Al Tishlach Yad Halanar, right? Don't do anything, leave him alone. Got it. You're given. Vayisa Abraham et Einav. So the Akedah is over. Again, I don't know if you remember, I showed you last week. It says this with Abraham a lot. I'd love for you to share this at home too. Vayisa Abraham et Einav Vayar. That's totally redundant. He picked up his eyes and he saw. Vayar would have been sufficient. No? Yeah. What it means is, doesn't mean that when your teenager rolls their eyes, you should pick it up before. It means Abraham had the sense of seeing what needs to be seen. People can walk into a situation, one person sees one thing, one person sees another. That's the beauty. You have to lift your eyes. You have to look at the thing. Anything wrong? He wasn't. He lifted. Okay, good. Okay. No. What did he see? He saw a ram which was caught in a tree. He takes it and he brings it as a korban. Again, I think, disagree, do I really care that the ram was caught in the tree? This is the way I see Psukim. He saw a ram. Why can't the ram is doing at that point? Why do you have to be caught in the tree? You're gonna say what? What are you gonna say? That's how he caught it? That's not my business. So we would like to say the following. You ready? Okay. With that, no, I'm not done. With that, shofar. Why do we blow shofar on Rosh Hashanah?
Remember this?
Now, does it say in the Torah to blow a shofar? Nope, it says make a sound. So now you can turn the page. Okay, so that's a little circle that says Rosh Hashanah. A beautiful pic of an apple and the shofar. How nice is that? I should get credit for that. Okay, here we go. In neither of the two Torah references to the holiday of Rosh Hashanah is there a specific mention of the shofar, the ram's horn. Only Torah. Again, Torah says Yom Tiruah Yelechem. It should be a day of blow. Say what's the blow? All right, not a word about a ram. So you're going to say to wake up. Got it. Nice. Where'd I get ram from? So I got ram from the Akedah. We blow shofar on Rosh Hashanah to symbolize the story of the Akedah. So everybody got that. And the Akedah, of course, is Abraham. He's our great-great-great-great-grandfather. We're looking for his credit, right? Look what Abraham did. He's the father of our nation. You know, be nice to me. My grandfather's the president of the school. Got it? I mean, that's how it works. Good. Problem. Yeah, right. Oh, I love this. Ready? Symbolizes Akedah. If I ask you for the image of the Akedah, give me an image. What do you see? The Akedah, what do you see? I see a Mizbeach. I see rope. I see a kid tied down. And I see a big knife. The ayil, which is the ram, which is the shofar, is an afterthought. It's got nothing to do with the Akedah. Would you not say that high point of the Akedah is? No. Say yes. If you don't we tell me. I got the whole picture, but it's like oh, movie's over. So if you're going to symbolize an Akedah, what should you bring to the shul? A rope, a knife. I can think of certain things. Come on, serious now, right? Why does that become? Say what?
A shofar.
But why? The shofar is not part of the Akedah. So let's take both our questions together, which is why does it say he was stuck? And here we go. So let's read it together. I'm moving along nicely now. Oh, nice. Here we go. I want certain insight from Rabbi Aaron Kotler. Can we take a minute to give respect to Rabbi Aaron Kotler? Anybody who has ever driven in Lakewood and stuck in traffic for 3 hours, thank Rabbi Aaron Kotler. You understand what this man did? Rabbi Aaron Kotler decided that he needs to build a yeshiva in America, like in Europe. And he went to what should I say? I don't want to be racist. To an area that mostly Mexican, mostly. Love Mexicans. I have no problem. I'm not trying. I'm okay. He went to a very bare, not fancy area.
And not
called Lakewood. Lakewood today. Do you have any concept of how many Jews live in Lakewood?
Wow.
You have any concept of what the house is called now in Lakewood? Whatever.
Wow.
He started Lakewood Yeshiva with a dream. People are going to want to study Torah. And thousands. You ask your kids, say these 2 words to your teenage children. Glad bite. You'll see them salivate. Everybody goes from deal to glatt to eat. There's so many. It's a beautiful. I don't know if you're happy with Lakewood or not. You should know that it's an unbelievable place.
Rabbi Jonathan Sachs learned.
A lot of people, yes, of course. So Aaron Kotler started. One man shepherd. Okay. Aaron Kotler says the end of the Akedah. As the ram was entangled in the bush. Rav Aaron asked, "Why did that happen?" The test was completed, and Avram was found to be righteous. What need is there for the pasuk to emphasize? Rabbi Aaron says, this shows that the Yetzer Hara never gives up. Abraham, you think you passed the test? Fine. You won the first round, but now there's more. That's the answer. I'm trying to figure. Anybody who is challenged with this huge spiritual challenge, right? Huge spiritual challenge. Geared up for it. And succeeds and gets to the point, watch. He's crying, he has to kill his kid, he's crying, oh my God, I'm gonna do it. And then all of a sudden, what does he get? The teacher announces it. The announcement. You don't have to do it. If I was Abraham, what am I doing? Holy man, let's go home. It's time to go home and have a glass of tea and celebrate. Not Abraham. Not all. Right? I came here to have a sacrifice. No, sorry, Abraham. I'm not leaving till I do a sacrifice. Let's look to do something. But you're bad. You're good. No, not good enough. And then he sees an island. The island is stuck. What does he have to do now? He has to really work to get the island. That's why it says it was stuck. It wasn't just an island. Give me a break, Abraham would say. I did well enough. As they say in Yiddish, very nice. Extra money. And that's why on Rosh Hashanah, we do the island. Because it's not only the big moments, it's the moment after. I really apologize for repeating the story, one of my favorite stories of all time. You know when we have that feeling? You know when I have that feeling? It starts the first night of Slichot. We have Slichot a week before. So when you go to Slichot at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, it's a week before Rosh Hashanah. This is my mindset. I apologize if you don't like it. My mindset. Okay, all right, we're here. We're starting, right? Spring training is starting. You know, it's like the season. The season is starting. All right, it's gonna be Slichot for a week, and then Rosh Hashanah. I started to make tshuva, can't do anything. I shut my mouth for a week. Do this, do nice, do the chicken, do kippur. I'm already waiting for Sukkot. You understand? I'm really sorry. I mean, that's the way it is. No, I'm into it. And then it builds up. And what's the big day? Yom Kippur, right? You're fasting. You really try. I'm sure you do also. Try very hard, very well. And you did. You're like me, Eli, guys. Okay. If you don't have these feelings, I don't know. I'm thinking coffee cake and I mean cream cheese Danish isn't cool. I really am. I loved it. It was great. I hope I did a good job. I'm ready to check. You know what's amazing? The day after Kippur. Again, I'm not saying you don't know, but you know this section in the prayers. It's called Tachanun, Anna. Anna's very long on Mondays and Thursdays. The moment after Kippur, we don't say Anna till after Sukkot. So you're going from Kippur, right? We went for sleepless for an hour and a half in the morning, right? Davened like a madman. Till the next morning where they skip half the prayers. You can't help that feeling. It's like, vacating. Here we go. The moment Kippur is over, there is that feeling. Akedah is over. I did a good job. I deserve to go home. You should remember this story. Never forget the story. You were there. Do you remember when my mommy fainted in shul? Sure, that okay. Yeah, you were on the other side.
Yes.
Yeah. We sit down together. So my mommy was a very special person. Shul, last couple of whatever. And it's Ne'ilah. Okay, it's chauffeur's gonna be at 7:20, 7:30. I'm looking at 6:15. All right, we got there. All of a sudden, one of my kids got all shiny. Somebody comes running, Sapa just saying. Okay, Sapa fainted. Runs it back. What's the other guy's name? Roosevelt. Roosevelt's there. Okay, you have to take it to my mind. That's all it says, take it to my mind. Take it to my mind. So I go with her, of course. We go to my mom's. I don't want to mess up with anybody's my mind. Everybody in the emergency room, my mind.
Yeah.
Okay. So we get into the emergency room and one of like 5,000 people there. Okay, fine. So there's a little curtain, about this big, and mommy's there. She has to be checked. I look at the clock. It's 7:20. It's this mom. Okay. First problem. I have nothing to eat or drink. Okay, I can't leave mom. So where am I going? 1. Number 2, those who don't love the holocaust, you have to make Havdalah. So not only do I need a cup of water, I need a cup of grape juice. Okay? You have to make Havdalah. You can't eat before Havdalah on Yom Kippur. Okay, it is what it is. Mommy, right? So 7, I don't remember, 7:30, 7:40, 7:50. Like 20 minutes after this mom. You guys don't remember the story? 20 minutes after this mom, the curtain opens. And Hasidic guy, of course, with his kittel, with his talents, as a shopping man. And he goes, you might need this. It was so emotional. You might need this. But inside, grape juice, marble pig, juice. Girl, it blew my heart. Let's understand something. This man didn't go home yet. There's no way he went home. I know there's mine, they're later than everybody else. That means he packed this stuff,
Before.
brought it to school. They don't care, they don't use the air. Brought it to school. And from school, when I'm running home to have cheesecake, he went to the hospital. Huh? No, I'm serious. That is what this is. Okay, Kippur is over. Now what is big? And that's why we have a beautiful custom. I don't know if you know this custom. It's a beautiful custom that after you eat something on Kippur night, you should start building the sukkah. You never heard that?
Yes,
It's a
my son
big,
does it
big
right away.
custom. And only because, what are you showing? You're showing, okay, it's not over. It's just the beginning. You're like at the end of those wedding movies, it's just the beginning. It's not the end. Everybody got it? But it's all from Akedat Yitzhak. And that's why we do the shofar. Everybody got that?
Yes.
All right, that was last week's parsha. Now, this week's parsha. Okay, it's good. Everyone says Akedah. Don't worry about that. All right, there's a point in this week's parsha that I find is very, very important. It's a little deep. It's good. Okay, try to hang in there. Okay, so what happens? Sarah dies, and that's why it's called Haye Sarah, which is kind of interesting. If it's the death of Sarah, it should be called the death of Sarah, not Haye Sarah. So everybody knows that when a man or a woman leaves a beautiful legacy in this world, people follow that legacy. It is like they are alive. Nice, Haye Sarah, very nice. By the way, Vayechi is a parsha where Yaakov comes. Same thing. Vayechi doesn't die; he lives. Nice. Okay, let's look what it says here. Vayu Haye Sarah. She was 127 years old. Shnei Haye Sarah. Okay, one part. I'm going to implant a question in your mind. This is one of my favorite pieces. I'm going to implant a question in your mind. I don't know if I'll get to the answer today, but just remember I asked you the question. I want you to be critical of the first pasuk. If you were marking this child who wrote this pasuk, what would you say?
Repetition.
So which one? So first of all, the very famous question. I'm sure you know. Why does it say 100 years and 20 years and 7 years? You should just say 127 years. Rashi asked that question. You guys remember this?
Yeah.
Now when she was 100, she was 20. When she was 20, she was 7. Nice. Besides that, what would you
It was the years of the life of Sarah.
say again?
Shana,
Oh, nice.
Shana, but for 7 says Sheva Shana.
Oh, nice. I didn't notice that. Maybe because that's a culmination. Could be. I don't know. Anything else?
Yeah, the life of Sarah and at the end of life of Sarah.
I agree.
Be done.
Girls, I agree. These are the years, or the years, right? These are the years of the life of Sarah. 127. They are the life of Sarah. Come on, girls, open and shut case. There's something wrong here. Agree? No, why you say it again all together? What? If I say to you, this is the menu for today's lunch. It's the menu for today's lunch. Like you're talking to me like I'm a slow learner. What is that? There's no need for those last 3 words. Agreed? Put it in your head, and we'll see. You don't like when I play games? Put it in your head, and we'll see. Okay, here we go. Let's get the next pasuk. Bet. Vatamat Sarah b'Kiryat Arba. Everybody should know this. You should share with your kids. Torah is alive today. Kiryat Arba is a town today in Israel. It is next to Hebron. The same Hebron that Abraham buried Sarah. The same Hebron that we go and travel and we pray for. And the same Hebron that these 5,000 soldiers protected. Here you go. Be'eretz Canaan. Good. Vayavo Abraham lispod lisara. Abraham came to eulogize, went to the funeral. He's the hubby. He's going to eulogize. He's going to make the speech. So Abraham came to eulogize his wife and to cry for her. Sounds fair. Again, watch how we analyze Sukkot. Why do I care? Obviously, he came. It's a verb. Say, what should it say? and Abraham eulogized his wife. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Vayispod Abraham l'Sarah. Anytime a person goes to do a verb, he obviously came from another place. So why does he have to say Yavo Abraham? Where did he come from, and why say it? So Rashi says, Nismecha mitzat Sarah akedat Yitzchak, lefi sha'al yedei b'surat ha'akedah, shenizamein b'na l'shchita, u'kimat shelo nishta. I'll get to that in a second. She died. Rashi says the Midrash. Don't get too excited. Don't get too nervous. That Sarah died as a result of Akedat Yitzchak. What that means, I'm putting a lot on hold for a second. But bottom line is, Vayavo Abraham means he came from to this. So one second. So is that why it says Vayavo Abraham? To tell us that it's connected? But look what it's connected to. It says Vayavo Abraham lispod, right? He came from Akedat Yitzchak to eulogize. So the first rabbi's explanation, you should be very happy as a woman. But here we go. Says this rabbi, Medrash Mordechai, okay? From Mount Moriah. You see it, guys? It's like, okay. Rav Mordechai Nilan, the Midrash, is telling us as follows. We know that Abraham rose to the occasion of God's test on Mount Moriah, but so did Yitzchak. Our sages derived from this verse, and the two of them went together. Right, fine. Yitzchak was 37, went with it. Good. It was at that time that Abraham recognized what a person of great stature his son Yitzchak was. This in turn told Abraham what a great person his wife was. Because if one has a child on the spiritual level of Yitzchak, who's willing to go through Akedah, he must have had a great mother. I love this Perush. Watch what this means. What did Abraham say at the eulogy? What he saw at Akedat Yitzchak. How did I get such a kid? How did I get such a kid? Got to be his mom. Isn't that beautiful? It's like a hidden thing. You don't even see it. I love this Perush, but it makes so much sense in the pasuk. Vayavo Abraham from Akedat Yitzchak, and that's what he said at the Hesed. Here it is. It's so beautiful. This is no, they're not done. Okay. The other one is a little harder, a little more complicated, and here we go. Okay. Don't get. Should I go into this? Okay. Let's no, hang it. Okay. You open the Torah today. If you open this Torah, if you'd like to, you may. Okay. Just don't say that I told you so. When you open the pasuk, you should know this. The word lifkota, so chaf is small. It's small. In the Torah, in the actual Torah, there's a small chaf, which is kind of weird. So you can't tell me that there's not a reason for that. You're going to say, I did it because my great-grandfather did it in his Torah. Yeah, where did he get it from? Right? So obviously it came from the very first Torah, the chaf is small. So first, it's a very cute page. If you like this, I don't remember this. Cute page. We're going to turn the page for a minute to the first cute page. Don't forget everything else I asked you, okay? So everybody knows that the prayer Friday night, of course, the Shabbat queen is called a queen. Okay. I just said that. Shabbat is called a queen. And we sing, Boye b'shalom. You should know this song, it's very famous. Boye b'shalom, ateret ba'ala. Right? What does that mean? Ateret ba'ala. What does ba'ala mean? Her husband. A crown. It's good. It's a crown. It's actually a crown. Ateret Torah means the crown of Torah. Okay? You guys not know that?
Yes.
Oter Yisrael, but the Oter Yisrael, the bracha in the morning. Ozer Yisrael b'gvura. Oter Yisrael. That becomes a verb. Atara is the noun. Oter means Hashem crowns us with glory. Nice. So, marriage of Shabbat to us, right, is, or Shabbat to Hashem, whatever, is that we are married because we have the crown of our husband. But the woman is the crown of her husband, right? Crown in Hebrew? Everybody know that? Crown in Hebrew? Keter. First letter of Keter. Some people learn that Abraham was saying, crying because when she died, his crown diminished.
Whoa.
Very cute. His crown. Not Tenet Bala. She's the crown of his life. That's what some people learn. That's the nice one. You know, nowadays the girls don't say it, but that's a nice part. So you know what they say? cute. I don't know, the Rabbi meant it to be a cute. I'm sorry. You guys know this cartoon that Nina needs to go to the bathroom? Everybody know this? I would say this world is crazy. So I'm teaching our halacha, and we learn the halacha that you're not supposed to daven if you have to go to the bathroom. So I don't say the word bathroom, it's a little weird, it's girls in my class. I just said, you have to go. So the whole class starts thinking, Nina has to go. Look it up. It's a cartoon for kids about a girl who has to go to the bathroom. And teaches, that it's okay if she doesn't get on the bus in time. Check it out. Nina has to go to the bathroom. You don't know what teachers have to know nowadays. It's amazing. Okay, here we go. So now you got it. Now it's going to be deep. Hang in there. Don't lose part of this. You should know. Part of this you don't. All right. So what do we got? Why is the chaf small? And why did I Abraham? Okay. So let's go back to the original discussion. She died as a result of. Ladies, let's take 3 minutes to dissect that. What does it mean? She died as a result.
Yes, when they heard that,
heart
her son
broke.
was at the end.
So somebody told her.
Somebody told her and she died.
Ah.
She didn't hear the end.
Ah.
You can't be consumed by guilt and living.
Okay, so let's get there first. Right, go. Excellent. All right, so I've got a sheet out here. Many rabbis go like it, so you're good. That she heard that her son was taken to be killed, and she fainted and died. Got it? I have 2 problems with that. Does that mean that Abraham did not have the discussion with his wife? Okay, I'm throwing it out there, girls. I don't know the answer. I wasn't there. That means Hashem told Abraham, go and kill Yitzhak. It's her son.
How can he tell her?
I'm playing devil's advocate. Devil's advocate is saying, means, Abraham did not tell Sarah a word. Honey, we're going for vacation. We're going to Aruba for 2 days. Does not say a word. Goes there, somebody sees it or hears about it, says it to Sarah, and she boom. My second problem with that is Sarah was holier than Abraham. We did that last week. Sarah was at a higher spiritual level. So if Abraham passed the test, how does Sarah not pass the test? I think these are 2 very valid questions. What's our alternative? That's Abraham did tell her. Girls, only 2 possibilities. So we're going to say Abraham was a nice guy. He was a mensch, right? He sat there and goes, Sarah, I'll have a cup of coffee. I'm going tomorrow on a trip. Yitzhak's not coming back. I don't know what he said. He told her. Wait a minute. If he told her, right? Number 1, why she died? She was told.
She was
That answers my
suffering.
other question. She agreed, right? So she agreed when she died.
I heard that she didn't hear the rest of it, he would listen to Hashem.
That he would listen to Hashem?
He would listen to Hashem.
Oh. So there's a theory. And the theory is based on a funny way, the way the Midrash said it. If you go back to page 3 for a moment, none of you see it like Mrs. Hamada sees it. Like Rabbi said, I'm really sorry. Devo. All right. All right. Can I do the Hebrew? Because it's a lot more pointed. Lefish Akedah Sodat Akedah 5. It says 5. Through the news of the Akedah, right? Shenizdamen bina l'shkita, that her son was being prepared for slaughter. Ready? Ukimaat shalom nishkat. What's that? And he wasn't killed. So some people learn like the Rebbe did. He told her, she was in on it, and then she sees 2 bodies coming down the mountain. Oh my gosh! AB blew it.
Why she will die?
Because she was upset that he didn't pass the test. She thought that Abraham failed in the mission.
To this point, she wants Abraham to be so holy, even if he has to kill her.
God said do it, and Abraham didn't do it. So she was upset. What do you think? Very good. Interesting, right? No? Yes? Okay.
No,
You don't like it.
no,
So you like the fact that Abraham didn't tell her. You like that? You're comfortable with that?
I don't know. I cannot accept
Is that a good husband?
that she should see Abraham doing the sacrifice. It's too hard for me to.
So she did not know.
And the rule
Okay.
is the way it is.
That's what I don't want to mess with Sally.
It's
All
hard to believe that a mom would want.
Okay, yeah, girls, this is your homework. You have 2 weeks now. Go home, ask around, let me know what the end result is. They had a conversation or they didn't. have a conversation. I think it's fascinating.
Must be brought down someplace.
What's that?
It must be brought down someplace.
This is it. This is what we're going
That's
Oh, that's what it's very, very, very. So the end result is something we both know. Ready, this is very important. Either way. She died as a result of Akedat Yitzchak. Fair?
Yes.
Agreed, either way. Okay, this is the part that you know, and that's when I say every year, it's really important. Okay, turn the page. We are on page 4, number 8. I don't know how, I'm sorry,
Might go back to school and come here classes.
you don't want to go to my place.
Yes, I do.
If you say you need to go to the bathroom, that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I didn't have any teachers like
Yeah, okay. Ready? So there's a beautiful prayer at Tfilat Ma'ariv. You should know it because we also say it in other places. It's called Hashkiveinu. It's in Tfilat Ma'ariv. It's the bracha right before the Amidah. It says, Hashem, we're going to sleep, protect us. Nice. I don't know if you know it, but here it is. There is a line in that prayer, and the line says, Vehaser, you see it? I have it in Hebrew and English. Vehaser Satan milfanenu. God, take away the Yetzer Hara from in front of us, ume acharenu, and from in back of us. So somehow, right, the prayer is telling us that there is an evil push who sometimes stands in front of us and sometimes stands in back of us. So most people learn it very simply. Sometimes there's a evil thing that stops us from doing something. Too lazy, costs too much money, right? They're in front of us, right? So take that away, God, let me do the mitzvah. And sometimes there's a eat that, do that, it's pushing me in the back, right? It's not stopping, it's pushing me. So the truth is, I'm not upset about this. It's not like it makes a lot of sense from in front of us and back of us. But there is a very, very beautiful pirush. Watch. Look at me. I say Satan, I'm praying for some people are the following. What's the job of the Satan? What's the job of the Yetzer Hara, whatever you want to call it?
To lead us the wrong way.
Stop us from doing good and to persuade us to do bad, correct?
Right.
So watch. I want to go and visit my parents. Great mitzvah. I'm on my way. This is what I'm doing, right? I'm going. So what's the Satan going to do? Put obstacles in my way. Fair? Traffic. It rain. The girl finally said she'll go out with me. A whole bunch of things.
A tire blow up.
I'm very good. That's milfanei. That's milfanei. Got it? But once I visited with him, his game is over. You know what he can do? Make me regret that I did it. I missed that. Oh my God, the Yankees won and I missed it. God, suck it enough.
This
He
is
wants to get
Satan.
me to that point to say, shucks, I shouldn't have done it. You guys with me?
Yeah.
It's a nice way to. And me'acharei. And now we go full circle. So most of us should know this. It's a beautiful thing. Sarah dies as a result of Akedat Yitzchak. The Medrash does say that on his way to Akedat Yitzchak, Avraham Avinu faced physical challenges. The weather was bad. There's a river, all trying to stop him from getting there. How we doing? We're good? By the way, that's why it wasn't quick. It was a couple of days they traveled. He got there, and he did it. What does the Satan have now? The only thing he can do is check out what happened. Sarah dies? Yeah! Aren't you upset, Abraham, that Sarah died because of what you did? Even a little bit? Even a little bit? God forbid, girls, I don't want to say one people. Imagine. I don't want to say it. If a husband takes his wife to go to do a mitzvah and then whatever. I want to tell you something. I didn't want to make you cry. I had a cousin who just died. He was, I don't know if you ever done with him. Alexander Zisha. We didn't. Beautiful boy. He went, he would do big in. My money took a car up to Muncie with 4 guys. He was called the
You
Messiah.
mean he didn't have any regret? I can't understand.
He danced. It was a tzaddik. He was a tzaddik. Married with 3.5 kids at that time. They drove back from Muncie, they hit a deer, and he became a vegetable for 6 years. 6 years. Then he had a baby in the interim because she was already pregnant. And he died 2 weeks ago. You know, the bagel hole guy, see the guy, bagel hole. Surely, you know, Shirley from bagel hole? Shirley's brother. Shirley's brother. I'm trying to think. Do we not say, maybe somebody will say, he died because he went to do a mitzvah, right? Who's not thinking? Maybe you shouldn't have gone that night. Who's not thinking that? Who's not thinking maybe you shouldn't have? It was just a natural feeling. So Rabbi Fran wants to say, ready? Guys, don't read Rabbi Fran because then you have nothing to come to my class. You know why Lifkotah is a little clock? Because Abraham understood that. He understood that whatever happens, he can't let it go so far as to say, I shouldn't have done it. It's amazing. How does a man accept that? This is very strong. I don't think there anybody in the book. Very strong. You know how? Because Abraham understood a person's life is measured by what God said. Shnei Haye Sarah. 127 was her years. Shnei Haye Sarah. She was only destined to live 127. That's it. So I'm not going to get upset, says Abraham, because that just happened to be that's the way she passed away. But she didn't pass away because of.
This was her time.
This was her time.
Wow.
And that's what it says. Got it? Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. By the way, for those who are waiting for Shidduchin, I got a very nice thing for you. The longest chapter of the Torah is in this week's Parashat. I think it's 68. I think it's 68 Sukkim. The story of Eliezer trying to find a girl for Yitzhak. I've never seen a more boring, redundant perek in my life. Do you know what happens? Abraham tells, you gotta read this. Abraham tells Eliezer, by the way, why is he taking Eliezer very quick? Because Abraham lives in Hebron. Abraham lives in Canaan. Okay, Abraham did not like Canaanite girls. You see, a parent has to say which girl to marry. He doesn't like Canaanite girls. Doesn't like them. So he wants his family. They won't marry cousins. So who's getting the girl? Abraham can't leave Israel. God told him to stay there. Yitzhak can't leave Israel. He was a korban. So he sends Eliezer. Eliezer takes the trip and goes to his old hometown, Haran, to get the girl. You ready? It starts by Abraham telling him what to do. And then we go, then he meets, I don't know about that. And then he goes and he meets, with the whole thing, with the taking the water, everybody knows that. Oh, yes, no, yes. Okay, then I'll get to it. But here's the beauty. And he says an entire conversation with Rivka. He goes to the house of Rivka. Her father was Bituel, her brother was Lavan, by the way. And he repeats word for word the conversation he had with Abraham, the story he has with Rivka, and it's repeated. Word for word, girls. Word for word. And the perek ends with, of course, she agrees to the wedding, and they come and they meet Yitzhak, 68 Sukkim. What do you think the message is? When you go through Shidduchim, it takes time. Again? The same conversation again? Yes. Yeah. Didn't I just do this? Yeah. You might have to have 50 conversations. And it could be the same conversation. Okay, it's easy for me to stand up here and say that. Okay, what should I say? Everybody, one of the biggest issues, that people need in life is that besides Refuat Shlema, besides everything else, is a shidduch. I understand. It's really not that simple. What can I say? They say that shidduch is. You have a question?
Online, working on today.
It is. That's why the Torah is today's Torah. Do you know the bracha? When we go up to the Torah, girls, you're supposed to say Berachot HaTorah in the morning. Assuming you say it in the morning. There's Berachot HaTorah in the morning, ladies are chayav to say. We don't say Baruch Atah Hashem Natan HaTorah, which is the past tense. We say Baruch Atah Hashem Noten HaTorah. God gave the Torah today. Yeah. All of these stories, we just have to find the gem. Yeah.
Rabbi, you mean that the parents have always talked with their children about shidduch? They have to accept that it go through shidduch.
Yeah, I'm not messing around with that. That's everybody has their own way of doing it.
Rabbi.
Anybody ever took the statistics of the Hasidic shidduchim? I do think, don't get angry, that Hasidic shidduchim last longer than the non-Hasidic shidduchim. Because no, they don't even they meet for 2 minutes in the living room, Zayazid, I'll see it. You know what? I think expectations are much lower. No, our kids see these movies and they see these stories and they just, I don't know, I don't want to take away your romance away from your life. They're so unrealistic. A lot of the stuff that the kids see is just they're not real. So we have an expectation of, you don't remember, you're way too young. Love something. No, what's love? No, not love. There was something. What? No, not love. There was something about little like scenes. Love American Style. Remember that? Nobody remembers it. Do you remember that? They would have little stories, little snippets of like you walk into the room, you go, oh my God. That's not. It's just not. Yeah, it's honest, whatever. But I don't know. But yes, it's like we had Yamsuf. So you guys know the joke? No, anybody remember the joke? It's a funny joke. Why is it like Kriyat Yamsuf? No, seriously. So what's Kriyat? You guys remember this? What's Kriyat Yamsuf? Split the water. I can split water, guys. Fill up your tub. Try it. Fill up your tub and go like this. The water will split. What's the problem? It goes back. Getting married is not hard. It's staying there. That's hard. Okay, let's get out of that. That was funny. Yam Suf was not split until somebody jumped in. Who's that? Right. So Yam Suf is a symbol of full emunah in Hashem. You have to have a little emunah in Hashem. Also, when it comes to these things. Okay. Whatever. Should we do one more? Should we do one more? Oh my gosh, it's so late. It's so late. No. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? No. Okay, we'll do just. Okay, this you know this one. Okay, someone here has to end this. This is a beautiful lesson. Say it at home, and here we go. Are you ready? This is on page 5. Okay, Rini, you're going to say it. Hanara Tovat Mara. He comes to the well. By the way, 3 girls got married at wells. Met boys at wells. Yeah, send your girl to a well. One is Abraham and Eliezer. Second is Yaakov. The third is Moshe. Okay, here we go. So she's Tovat Mara. She's pretty. And she goes. And what is she doing? She's filling up her thing with water. Got it? Eliezer is watching from afar. Are you guys with me? You got the image? Yeah. Eliezer runs to her. And he goes, why is he running to her? It says Rashi, the water, you want to take over now? The water rose up to her. Wow. So what does that mean? She's a what? She's a what? She's a tzaddik. She's a holy girl. Wow. Here's a sideshow, which I never told you. So what does he do? He runs now and gives her the chesed test. Right? The test, well, she'd give him a lot of water. So a lot of rabbis say, one second. You just saw that this is a holy woman, right? Top of the class, right? Tzaddik. Book it. I don't care how big a tzaddik you are. If you don't do chesed, I'm not interested in marrying you. Chesed is what you look for in a spouse. This goes both ways. Both ways. Like what's the thing? They asked once the person, the Rav didn't want to say something bad about his Bachor, Shiva. He says he has a great relationship with his Stender. Stender is the table.
Yeah.
He relates really well to his table. That means his message was stay away from this guy. He doesn't know how to talk to another being. Okay, whatever. All right. So he ran and he said, I got to do the chesed test. Okay. And he does, right? He said, great, I should get to the drink. Everybody got it? So far, so good? Don't remember? Here it goes. How did Rashi know that the water rose? So you're going to say, like he knows everything else. So I'd like to prove it to you. Ready? Look at the first one, Tet Zayin. Right? Tet Zayin, when she was filling up, what does it say? Vatim maleh Hada, I think I'm losing it, they're coming. Timale, Masel Limalot. She filled her jug with water. Look down in the Chaf, I underline it. She went to get water for Eliezer, and it says she went lish'ov. What's lish'ov? To draw. Everybody look at me. When I fill, I'm filling. Look, where am I? Sitting straight. I'm filling. Drawing is,
Bending down.
so obviously the first time she wasn't bending down. So how'd she get the water? Because the water rose. Everybody got it? You're happy? Watch. If the water rose the first time, why didn't it rise the second time? It's the same time. And the answer is, it's a great one. The first time she's doing it for whom? For herself. She's going to get water. For herself. God says, you're excited, I love you. The second time she's doing what? Hesed. Hesed? You have to work. I'm not helping.
You have to work what?
You want to do Hesed? You have to work. I'm not making it easy for you. That's a good one, right? Guys, you're great. You go, come in. Okay. Girls, you have to moose out again.